Axel Rudakubana, a 17-year-old who has become a central figure in a deeply disturbing case involving the tragic murder of 3 young children in the UK, has attracted significant media attention and public discourse. Born in Cardiff in 2006 to Rwandan parents, Rudakubana relocated to Banks Village in Lancashire in 2013. He faces serious charges including the killings of Bebe King, aged 6, Elsie Dot Stancombe, aged 7, and Alice Dasilva Aguiar, aged 9. Additionally, he is accused of attempting to murder 8 other children, as well as dance teacher Leanne Lucas, aged 35, and businessman John Hayes. This horrific event transpired during a Taylor Swift-themed gathering on July 29, 2024. In his recent court appearance in Liverpool, Rudakubana opted to remain silent, a decision that has drawn considerable public interest and speculation. Their expressions of shock and disbelief regarding the circumstances surrounding the case has been widely reported in mainstream and social media. Prosecutor Diana KC brought to light Rudakubana's diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder, indicating that he has been reluctant to leave his home and has struggled to communicate with his family for a notable period. The unfolding case has sparked crucial discussions about youth violence and the systemic challenges that marginalised communities. The Black community in particular is navigating the implications of being linked to such a high-profile crime, as media narratives can often reinforce negative stereotypes. Community leaders are stressing the necessity of not allowing the behaviour of one individual to define an entire demographic, advocating instead for unity and mutual understanding during these distressing times. Unfortunately, the aftermath of this incident has also led to a distressing rise in violence and attacks against members of the Black and Muslim communities. Following the events surrounding Rudakubana, there were reports of individuals targeting Black people and Muslims, fueled by anger and misinformation. Incidents of vandalism, verbal assaults, and physical confrontations erupted in various locations as misguided individuals sought to vent their own frustrations on innocent members of the community. This wave of hostility serves as a stark reminder of how quickly social tensions can escalate when fear and anger go unchecked. For the Muslim community, the situation adds another layer of complexity, given the frequent scrutiny and biases that Muslims in the UK experience. There are legitimate concerns that this case could further exacerbate negative perceptions and perpetuate harmful stereotypes. Leaders within the community are emphasising the importance of solidarity and resilience, urging members to concentrate on creating positive narratives and supporting one another through this challenging period. Judge Andrew Menary, who presides over the murder case, voiced strong criticisms of the idiotic rioting that followed the attack. He made the decision to reveal Rudakubana's identity to counteract the misinformation that has been circulating online. The judge stated that maintaining Rudakubana's anonymity could lead to additional public unrest, emphasising the critical need for transparency in the legal proceedings. While he acknowledged the distress that this revelation would bring to Rudakubana's family, he pointed out that their identities were already widely known within the local community. The broader societal implications of this case highlights the urgent need to confront the root causes of youth violence. Factors such as socio-economic disparities, insufficient mental health resources, and a lack of adequate support systems are vital topics for discussion. A critical aspect of this situation is the apparent deficiency in support for children with autism like Rudakubana. Many advocates argue that social workers and educators require enhanced training to effectively support and understand the unique needs of children on the autism spectrum. It is common, in my experience, as one who was previously a social worker, for parents of children with autism to feel that their concerns expressed to local authority professionals are often disregarded, leading to a significant lack of understanding of the condition itself. This disconnect frequently results in disputes and disagreements between parents and authorities, particularly when parents realise they cannot continue without additional support or the need for alternative placements for their children. The request for such support often becomes a trigger point for intervention by local authorities, usually through their social service departments. The prevalence of social services intervention has steadily risen in recent years. Unfortunately, the likelihood of intervention initiated by authorities remains on the rise, despite this being a highly controversial and often inappropriate tactic. Parents in this position face the daunting challenge of their word being pitted against that of school staff or local authority professionals, and on equal starting points that complicates matters further. The underlying issue is the aforementioned lack of understanding of autism itself. Children on the high-functioning end of the spectrum may present very differently in various settings. For instance, a child who appears shy and reserved in school may exhibit challenging behaviours at home, a phenomenon that can be difficult for some professionals to comprehend and may lead to unwarranted questioning of parenting abilities. Moreover, parents who are struggling to cope and require additional support at home often feel deterred by the potential for intense scrutiny and criticisms from social services. If a more robust support system had been in place, one that provided proper guidance and resources for children with autism, this incident might have been preventable. The need for comprehensive strategies that encompass education, community engagement, and mental health support is more pressing than ever. Advocates are calling for reforms that ensure social workers receive adequate training to better assist children like Rudakubana, thereby helping to prevent similar tragedies in the future. As the investigation continues, it is essential for both the Black and Muslim communities to engage in meaningful conversations about the intersections of race, identity, and crime. This situation serves as a stark reminder of the significance of community and the collective efforts needed to address the underlying issues that contribute to violence. In the aftermath of this heartbreaking tragedy, there is a powerful call for empathy, understanding, and proactive measures aimed at fostering safer environments for children and young people, as opposed to the blame game, the shame game culture. It is crucial that all communities collaborate to thrive free from the shadows of violence or stigma. The hope remains that through unity and shared efforts, a more inclusive and supportive society can be cultivated, ultimately working to prevent such devastating incidents from occurring in the future.